I'm John Reuter. I'm here with the Polaroid Foundation with one of the original 20 by 24 cameras for the project that we've agreed to do for the biennial at the Palazzo Diedo in Venice. And this is one of the original cameras that Polaroid built in 1977. I've been a Polaroid employee since around 1980, and I worked with this camera for Polaroid from 1980 through, well, still today. The big difference in this project is this is for the new Polaroid has developed their own film, which is normally what we call integral film, which goes in the little white borders. A lot of people are familiar with that. So it's one of the first times that we've tried to put it in a massive camera. And so coming here to the Palazzo, we didn't anticipate that it was going to be a construction site for the first 2 weeks. We've been all over the building and kind of dodging construction workers, and at first I think they weren't too happy with our presence, but I think we sort of won them over in the end. At least I'd like to hope we did. So I can tell you a little bit about the camera. It's a large format camera. The image is 20 by 24 inches, or about 50 by 60 centimeters. There are many cameras still working today that are similar to this that might use conventional film. The real special thing about this camera is that it uses instant film. And so let me swing this around a little bit for you. Hopefully we can get some light in here. Swing a little bit more. And so what you're seeing right now is the inside of the camera. And so the whole process with Polaroid involves three components. You have a negative, which is up here. It's actually protected inside this box from ambient light. So you see the black roll of film up there. That's the negative. That's coated with silver and dyes. And so we protect that in the ambient light. So we just built this box for the special project. We can just leave it up there for now. This is actually the light sensitive part of the material here. And so when the light comes through the lens, it'll strike here. It actually gets pulled all the way down to make the image. We view through the back, through this ground glass. And so we view from the other side. And so we set up something, we focus on our subject. And then the real magic of the process is where it gets delivered to the positive. So this roll here is actually a transparent roll of material that will accept the dyes when it comes out. We call this a pod, and it contains what we call reagent, which is sort of a developer, but not quite. And what happens is the negative comes down to meet the positive in the roll, and we shoot it. Flash goes off, or it's ambient light, and then we actually engage the motor. Pod gets pulled over the edge and through the rollers, and what happens is negative and positive come together. It comes out the bottom of the camera. We cut it off with a knife, and then we wait for it to process. And so it's a slower process than the peel-apart film. Peel-apart film takes about 2.5 minutes. The real challenge of this is it takes about 20 minutes for the whole image to come up. And so it makes it a little more difficult when you're under stress and the artists need to make decisions quickly. And so my challenge while we were here all week is to try and make a decision. Was the exposure right? Is the color right? Are the camera settings right? And so that's been the biggest challenge for me. So, but we made it through. I think we worked with 9 artists in the end. I think our original goal was 12. Some of them couldn't be here. Some of their pieces aren't ready yet. And so we made the best we could of it. But I think the results speak for themselves, and hopefully you'll get a chance to see some of that downstairs later today.